albinism is something that people know and don't know, if that makes sense.
Yes.
You know, it's a skin condition that we see, people who lack melanin, but there's more to the story beyond that, and I think that's what you're trying to raise when it comes to this particular pageant. Tell us more about it, Honorable Maura.
Yeah, thank you very much, Victoria. First and foremost, it's also the first time that I'm getting to be hosted by you.
No, it's great.
I've always been seeing you doing a good job.
Yeah,
so the Albinism Society of Kenya in 2016, we were able to organize for the first ever Miss and Miss Albinism Kenya. And it was really, really successful.
Yeah.
We had 20 contestants from across the country, and we were able to crown Mr. and Miss Albinism. John Ngatia, who is here, was the first runners-up. And we saw it as a platform of creating awareness and exposing talent, building self-esteem and confidence to persons with albinism, and it has proven to be very, very, very useful tool for engaging people and changing the mindset. So we said this time round we will not just do it in Kenya, but we are going to do it in East Africa, primarily because the challenge of inclusion and challenges to do with the killings of people with albinism and discrimination is an East African issue, particularly in Tanzania. And so we will be having our auditions tomorrow from 8 o'clock at Beauty Point College along Tomboya Street. And then Tanzania will do on 3rd of November in Dar es Salaam. And then Uganda will do 10th of November in Jinja. So then from 19th, the participants who will have qualified will come to Kenya for 10 days. And then finally, on 30th November, we shall have a big grand finale at KICC.
That's great. You know, John, during the break, you had mentioned that this is an opportunity to show beauty in albinism. But, you know, I feel it's just beauty, period. And I think we have to kind of break down a lot of those constructs that we have in society as to what is beauty, what is not. You've participated in this. What message would you want to send out to people?
Yeah, what I would like to tell the public or society is that we are beautiful and we can do this.
What do you think is the biggest misconception? What do people kind of use as a stereotype when it comes to people with albinism?
Most of the people think that we can't do anything, that we are not beautiful and all that. And they have a very bad perspective about person with albinism. That's why we are here to showcase beauty with albinism.
And how do you deal with the stigma? You know, clearly you're very different here. We are in Africa. Melanin is in plenty. You know, so you're walking down the street and people
call you names.
Exactly. How do you deal with that?
When I was a little kid, I used to feel bad, very bad actually. But now you get used to that, and now you embrace it. Now it's not a challenge actually now.
And Jacqueline, you've been working with the pageant. How's it been so far in helping to raise more awareness?
Okay, for me it's so fun, because before I worked with them, I used to see them like, you know, they are not part of us. But when I started working with them, the mindset changed. So whenever I see them, I feel like is my brother, is my sister, and it's so fun. I enjoy every bit of it.
And you know, the whole point is getting people to understand and know. How do you do it beyond the pageant? You said you had your own misconceptions and stereotypes, and it's changed your perception. But now, how do you get other people onto your side to get to the understanding that you have now?
Okay, I'm a designer, so I dress them. So I have like 3 models so far. So whenever I have a fashion show, I go with them, they showcase my designs. So in such a manner, you find that there's that person who is outside there is asking about, what is she working with? Why is she working with them? So it's like creating that awareness that they are part of us. They can be models, they can do whatever we are doing.
You know, it's interesting, Honorable Maura, just as John was saying, they feel it's a disability, so you can't do as much as anyone else who doesn't have this particular condition. But we saw Goldelin not too long ago, and showing that there's nothing missing up here. You know, we are just as smart, as competent and intelligent as anyone else. What other misconceptions would you want to demystify when it comes to albinism?
You know, The problem of albinism is what we call in-betweenness. White but not white enough. You know, so you're not Caucasian. Black but not black enough. You're a black person with a white skin. Disabled but not disabled enough. So you're in between there. And that in-betweenness then makes people not fully identify with you. You look strange. You look like, where do you really belong? In fact, sometimes when I travel, people say, where do you come from? I get this question all the time. Because people can't quite just put you in a box. And that in itself is challenging. Because then there's the issue of alienation and identity. So it's a question of trying to redefine ourselves, creating our own narrative. People find it very difficult to have albinism, handsome and beautiful in the same sentence, you know. So it's trying to show that kind of thing because we want to address multiple layers of discrimination. For example, there's a vicious cycle of single parenthood because most persons with albinism are brought up by single mothers because fathers usually take off. And most girls with albinism end up being single mothers because also people get children with them and they do not want to get married to them. Because when you look at the sociological orientation, what constitutes a woman in the African sense, then it does not really anticipate a girl, for example, with albinism. And there are many, many factors. For example, when you talk about fashion, and you can see how beautiful or handsome John looks because of being dressed by Jackster Fashions. We want to showcase that then our bodies are also beautiful. They can also be dressed. We can be, because before we have come on stage, people didn't used to think that albinism, then you can use people to look up because models are like roles, like you are aspiring to, tell people if this one fits well with you, it makes you look good. So that kind of thing that also is about the ability, okay? So we have our hashtag is beauty beyond the skin. So we have talent, for example. There are people who are musicians, there are people who can do poetry, and at the same time also the question of I am able. The theme is nikubali nijumuishe naweza. Nikubali nijumuishe naweza. So in terms of trying to bring out the potential that is latent, that is underutilized, we are highly underrepresented in society. I mean, it's not by coincidence, Victoria, that I'm the first member of parliament with albinism in this country. That means that it is only now that we are opening up space. And so we are really trying to create, the self-esteem of our people and launch new advocates in different spheres of life.
Right. I mean, it's a shame that we have to have this conversation now. When it comes to something like albinism, it should be a total norm in our society. But John, more from a personal perspective, if an albino kid is sitting watching you now, they're struggling with self-esteem, they don't fit in school, probably being picked on and bullied. How did you accept you? And what would you tell them?
First, it has to start with you. If you accept yourself first, then the rest of the society will accept you. So it starts by you accepting yourself.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's the only way to go about it.
I mean, and of course this condition doesn't come without its challenges. What would you want people to know in terms of, you have to make sure you have sunscreen to ensure that your skin is protected. What other hindrances are there?
Let me say that apart from maybe you have to have like a sunscreen. You have to apply it every day, and you don't have to stay in the sun for long. Then you have to have protective clothes all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Eyesight also is an issue.
Yeah, eyesight. Okay, yeah, I forgot to mention that. Sometimes I don't see like it's an issue.
Yeah.
But
no, of course, it's just become a part of.
Because it's part of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, albinism come with a short-sightedness automatically.
Yeah.
So even now, sometimes when I'm walking in the street, then maybe a friend can come. Maybe I can pass somebody that I know.
Oh wow, yeah.
Then later on, they will come to me. I saw you somewhere. You didn't greet me. So you have to explain to them. Yeah, I'm a short-sighted person. You have to understand this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've seen people really reach out to the albinism community, one being Dr. Prabha Choksi, and she actually provides glasses to children who have learning issues in the classroom, because of course they can't see the chalkboard, and they have issues. But what other initiatives are being taken to help children and other people with albinism?
There's a lot that we are doing, for example, with the Albinism Society of Kenya, really, which is the first organization that has worked on these issues of persons with albinism. In fact, Choksi worked with us first as our ophthalmologist, really. That's how she got sensitized about it. But then we do a lot of prescription glasses. We give them for free. We give sunscreen lotions because people can't afford. It's about 2,000 shillings a month. We do skin cancer treatment. We've really had many people with albinism succumb to skin cancer. And it affects men more, because men are the ones who go out there to look for food and to eke out a living. So majority of the people who have ended up with it are men, actually. So there are gender dimensions. We also do economic empowerment, where we have done the issue around helping people to start small businesses. And because we are represented amongst the small traders, because people are not able to get employment. But we also have an employment program, Naweza Kazi program, which we have been able to link up persons with albinism into employment with companies such as Safaricom, Barclays Bank, L'Oreal. Those are the three main ones that we have been able to put our people there. And we would want more of these companies to also come to us, and we'll help them to work with persons with albinism. We've also been able to do a lot of school fees. We pay a lot of school fees for kids through our Imarisha Masomo program. From kindergarten, there are those who are in primary school because they go to boarding special schools, secondary and university and tertiary institutions. So we've been doing a lot of work, and of course awareness creation in the grassroots. And that is this Mr. and Miss Albinism Kenya, now East Africa. It was an innovative way of doing our what we call Nikon Haki campaign. Nikon Haki campaign is an innovative way of doing awareness creation, and we want to use the arts and talent to reach out to people.
All right, and just as we wrap up, Jacqueline, final remarks. It's going to be quite preparation for you in terms of dressing all of the models. You're thinking about a regional affair. What are you looking forward to the most for this particular pageant?
Okay, the main agenda for all this is to everyone to accept them the way they are. Because at the end of the day, even if we go to Rwanda, to Burundi, at the end of the day, they are my brothers, they are my sisters. So I'll urge everyone outside there to accept them the way they are. They are amazing people. They are able to do everything that even as we can do. So we accept them the way they are.
Honorable Maura, beyond getting people to actually attend the pageant, what more would you want to tell them about this particular pageant?
First and foremost, Victoria, let them attend. Tomorrow you're having the auditions at Beauty Point College from 8 to 5 o'clock. Please, if you're out there and you have albinism, come. It is open for everybody, and then we'll select the ones that will move on. But on 30th of November, the show will be free. So we'll have great musicians. We'll be making that announcement as time goes by with the ones that we are speaking to. And so it will be a lot of fun, really. Come see our talent, also enjoy music, and it's also about Christmas coming early. And that way, you'll be able to interact with us and know that we are just like you, and if we work together, we can make a difference.
Great. John, I'll finish with you.
Mine is an encouragement to all persons with albinism who have not tried this modeling thing. Look at me now. I started, we are the pioneers of Mr. Albinism in 2016. And I've been able to do many shows. To now I've done East Africa Fashion Show, I've done Brad's Fashion Show, and recently I went to Ethiopia to do another inclusive fashion show, you see. So to me it's an encouragement to all persons with albinism to come and try this thing.
Amazing, amazing. Opening up opportunities for you. Thank you so much, John, Honorable Maura, and Jacqueline, for your time. And hopefully this opens up a bigger conversation in our society when it comes to albinism. They are people just like you and I. Make sure you attend the pageant on the 30th of November.
Yes, yes.
Where will it be again?
KICC. KICC grounds, Comesa grounds. And tomorrow we have the auditions.
Okay, auditions.
And we'll have Ugandans and Tanzanians, so it's really good.
Ah, wonderful. So it opens up the playing field. A lot of competition for you, John.
No, he's a trainer now.
He's
graduating.
Oh, you're out of the game now.